Montegrappa's story begins in 1912 in Bassano, Italy. Initially known as Elmo, it was the first fountain pen factory built in Italy. In 1928, the company adopted the Montegrappa name, honoring the mountain of the same name that not only surrounds the factory, but is locally recognized as a memorial to the soldiers who lost their lives there during World War I. In 1981, Gianfranco Aquila went from operating his family's multi-generational stationery store to acquiring the Montegrappa company itself. This began a monumental renaissance for the brand. In 1995, Gianfranco's son Giuseppe designed the Dragon Pen, signaling a new era for Montegrappa's innovation in design and engineering that continues to this day. Since then, the brand has created many iconic pens, ranging in styles from sleek and subtle to bold and audacious. Montegrappa is headquartered in the same building that was once the Elmo Fountain Pen Company, though there have been numerous expansions made over the years. In the original building, you'll find the main offices, in addition to their stunning showroom. Just outside the main buildings, you'll find the celluloid storage rooms, where Montegrappa's rare collection of celluloid is carefully stored and cured. These buildings were specifically engineered to house celluloid under optimal conditions. The rooms are not only temperature and humidity controlled, but also built to safely contain any combustion-related disaster. In addition to legacy materials like celluloid, Montegrappa continues to innovate new concepts during their ideation process. Giuseppe Aquila is Montegrappa's current CEO and is also heavily involved in conceiving and designing new pens. Giuseppe and his team often draw inspiration from the landscape and history of Bassano. For example, writer Ernest Hemingway and sculptor Antonio Canova once called Bassano home. And both now have Montegrappa pens made in their honor. He works closely with his design team to create a rendering, which is then turned into a prototype. Often utilizing 3D printing technology. Each designer at Montegrappa is passionately connected to each of their projects, carefully ensuring that every last detail is intentional and helps give the pen a unique identity. CNC machines in the main manufacturing area are used to turn and shape many of the internal and external components of the pens. To ensure exceptional quality and consistency, the technicians at Montegrappa regularly stop to perform quality checks during the manufacturing process. They utilize a profile projector to verify that the parts are always produced within strict specifications. The company also produces their own ebonite feeds. Ebonite is porous, so the finished feed may reveal small divots that were inside the material. Around 30% of the feeds are actually discarded by a technician who evaluates each completed feed to make sure that the fins and channels are in no way compromised. Pen clips are also tested thoroughly, being operated hundreds of times before meeting Montegrappa's high standards. After the initial fabrication, the parts are carefully polished, both automatically and by hand. In this room, you'll see the talents of Montegrappa's engraver and painter. Each artist is a renowned master of their craft and uses their abilities to create some of the most jaw-dropping details you could ever find on a pen. Jewel setting and enameling also take place here, and are done with an equal application of artistry and skill. During the final stages of the pen's production, the finished parts are all assembled by hand and inspected. To complete the process, the pens are tested so that Montegrappa can provide a writing experience that's every bit as memorable as the design. Montegrappa exudes a passion for innovation that not only results in extraordinary pens, but pushes the engineering boundaries of the industry itself. Every aspect of their facility and the processes within it are intentionally structured to create efficiency, but never at the expense of quality. After our visit at Montegrappa was at an end, perhaps our most notable observation was that Giuseppe and his team never limit themselves with the question of, can we do it? Instead, it seemed that their only question was, how will we do it?